is a major metropolitan city, 60 miles or so from Washington. Up and down the eastern seaboard, there are cities like this: Washington, Baltimore, Wilmington, Philadelphia, New York, Boston. Now, we don't know what happened to Freddie Gray. I'm stunned to watch commentators on TV who are projecting. Stunned. It looks like he was abused. It looks like he was manhandled, or at a very minimum, it looks like he wasn't. When they had his hands behind his back and they put him in the truck, that he wasn't properly secured. Who knows? Maybe they beat the hell out of him. I don't know. But we're going to know. But I do know this. I've had about enough of the social justice claptrap in response to teenagers or the Nation of Islam or others who are coming into our towns and into our cities and burning them. 7 cops injured, 1 is unresponsive. And I was watching this throughout the afternoon, as many of you may have been, depending on where you live and your hours and so forth. Absolute lawlessness, rioting, looting. What does a CVS have to do with any of this? What does breaking windows have to do with any of this? And the response of the mayor, that damn fool mayor, give them room to do their violence or some such thing? You heard it. The mayor of Baltimore, from 1999 to 2007, was O'Malley. The governor of Maryland, from 2007 to 2015, was O'Malley. He wants to be president. The Democrats have controlled Maryland. They've controlled the state for the most part. It's a one-party state. The police department is very diverse. So it's not a racial thing. Although Al Sharpton's headed there. It's not a racial thing. Where's the president today? The president has said nothing. We looked at his schedule for the week. You want to hear the president's schedule for the week while this is going on? He's just hanging back, waiting for the opportunity, isn't he, to pounce. Monday, the president will attend meetings at the White House. That's all it says. Tuesday, he'll meet with Prime Minister Shinzo Abe of Japan for an official visit. That's it. Wednesday, he'll honor the 2015 National Teacher of the Year finalists. Thursday and Friday, he'll attend meetings at the White House. He's doing nothing. Zero. Nothing. What you're looking at is the unraveling of the civil society. And I am afraid, ladies and gentlemen, despite the fact that some people want to put a smiley face on this, despite the fact that some people will try and limit it, and I am concerned. This is becoming more acute. It's developing into a pattern. And I believe that there are things going on that you and I don't even know. Agitators behind the scenes who look for every opportunity in a tragedy, or worse. If this young man was killed by the cops, it's horrible. And justice must be done. But justice must be done. Not rioting and looting and stealing stuff. That has nothing to do with it. And I'm sick of people making excuses for it. And I do think there's no question in my mind that there are people who live for these occasions, who view them as opportunities for revolution, opportunities to overthrow society. Yes. And this wouldn't be the first time. It happened throughout the 1960s. And we have people in positions of power, elected positions and other positions, who long for the days of the 1960s. With violent protests that destroyed one city after another. Daily Caller, Nation of Islam, and gangs to embattled cities. We're in control. The reaction from authorities and activists to the violence exploding from protests in Baltimore appears to be a start of a pattern, writes Kerry Pickett. Baltimore Mayor Stephanie Rawlings, you heard what she said. She also thanked the Nation of Islam. Mr. Producer, cut 2. No, what is it? Cut 3, go.
I want to also thank the Nation of Islam, who have been
the Nation of Islam, one of the most racist, vile, potentially violent entities. She wants to thank them. She wants to thank them. Thank them for what? Malik Zulu Shabazz, former chairman of the new Black Panther Party, descended upon the city the day before the protests began. He told supporters at a rally, shut it down if you want to, shut it down. And that's what they're doing. After the violence erupted the next day, he told a reporter his remarks were only condoning civil disobedience, not mass violence. However, he was not surprised by the protesters' angers because they haven't received justice. Haven't received justice? The protesters haven't received justice? What does that mean? Bloods, Crips, Nation of Islam members posed with one another on Saturday afternoon in Baltimore. The photo was posted on the Million Man March Facebook page with the caption, Bloods and Crips unite for justice for Freddie Gray. The alliance between the Nation of Islam and gangs is not unusual. The Washington Times reported in 2013, the Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan suggested that gangbangers are natural soldiers who could be taught the science of war. Similar scenario with the police gang members Nation of Islam happened in Ferguson, Missouri last summer. This is why I said this Ferguson was just a little experiment. A little experiment. If something horrific happened to this man, and it appears that something horrific did to Freddie Gray, it's not the first time. We have millions and millions of people in this country, tens of thousands of police officers. Things do happen. Things that shouldn't happen do happen. Things happen when a president fires drone attacks, too, killing an American citizen. But things do happen. And yet, the violence, the rioting, the looting, the revolution that's stirred and promoted in the name of these incidents is a complete disconnect. It's a complete disconnect. I remember this from the 1960s. And in preparation for this show, I went back. I saw what happened on college campuses. I reminded myself, there's video, there's audio. I remember what happened in California, University of California, Berkeley. Ronald Reagan sent in the Berkeley police. He sent in the state troopers. And he sent in the National Guard to put it down. And he made it abundantly clear. The same faculty getting up, talking about nonviolence. Oh, we don't support violence, while talking about overthrowing the country, overthrowing the authority structures. What do you think these kids, and they're not all kids, but that's the now the scenario the media are putting out, that these kids are doing in Baltimore? What do you think they hear day in and day out about American injustice? In the classroom, indoctrinated time and time and time again. You go to college, you hear the same damn thing over and over and over again. America sucks. For 1,000 different reasons. We have a breakdown of order. You can't have liberty without order. Order includes prosecuting people in authority who abuse other people, whether they're police officers or politicians or what have you. But this is an excuse. And I'm hearing reporters say the police and people in these communities, quote unquote, that's them, not me, they've been at odds now for decades. And you hear this over and over again. The NYPD in New York, the Ferguson Police Department, on and on and on and on. The breakdown of law and order, the breakdown of the civil society, its unraveling is happening right in front of you. Then I'm going to say something that is true, which is why some may think it's provocative, but it's not. The violence that is sparked in heavily populated areas is one of the reasons people leave heavily populated areas. It's true. And move to the suburbs, regardless of race. And move to the exurbs, I think they call it. And move out. Because why submit yourself to this voluntarily? Why subject yourself to this voluntarily? Oh, I see. So we have to, you see, change our zoning rules so this stops. And the government puts out these reports about how people are moving and they shouldn't move, or why are they moving? I'm telling you why they're moving. First and foremost, you want to do the best thing you can for your family. And if you can, you're not going to subject them to this. What's going on here is not about justice. It's about revolution. It's about lawlessness. Justice is whatever happens with respect to the death of this man, Freddie Gray. But destroying private property, attacking people's cars, attacking people who leave a baseball game, innocent people who haven't done a damn thing. No. That is criminal and worse. I don't know where the President of the United States is, but I do know this. He's sitting back, waiting for an opportunity to exploit. And I have to say this, too. As a conservative Republican, I don't know where the governor of Maryland is either. Hogan. Maybe they're all being told, shh, don't say anything, you'll make matters worse. How about say something? Send in more state troopers, send in the National Guard, and put this down. And show the courage that's needed to put it down. Young people all over the country need to see this isn't going to be tolerated. That we will go through the justice system. That the justice system does work. And it does, for the most part. That the answer to this sort of thing isn't to burn down your neighborhoods, to attack innocent people, to destroy their livelihoods. That, ladies and gentlemen, is when the whole damn thing comes crashing down. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.